Good morning, and I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Today on Spotlight, a deep dive into the challenges and opportunities facing our Great Lakes state. Recently, the nonpartisan Citizens Research Council published its latest study. It's entitled Path to a Prosperous Future. Eric Lufer, president of the long-standing and well-respected research organization, will tell us what he found and how to address it. It's Sunday, November the 26th. I'm Chuck Stokes, and this is Spotlight. Good morning. He joined Citizens Research Council way back in 1987. He became its president in 2014. So who better to break down this new report, Path to a Prosperous Future. Eric Lufer, welcome back to Spotlight. You're doing okay? Had a good Thanksgiving?
A great Thanksgiving, yeah. I'm glad to be with you again today.
It's good being with you. Okay, tell us about this report that it's a big report, 5 parts, and set the premise how this all came about.
So we partnered with a group called Alterum, who does mostly health policy research based out of Ann Arbor. And we were approached by the Council of Michigan Foundations to do some work. And the idea is Michigan's been struggling along for a few years. And given where we are in a number of different measures of our well-being, what does that look like now and what does that bode for the future? So we were able to start off by looking at our population trends. They haven't been growing much in the last 50 years, not projected to grow much. How does that relate to and how is it affected by the economy, our workforce, the health of our state, the place around us, the infrastructure environment around us? And if we can identify those issues and really identify what's going on, the question then, what are we going to do about it? So the 5th of our reports was a look at the capacity of our state and local governments to tackle the issues and change these things to make Michigan an attractive place to keep the people that are here and attract new people to the state.
If I had to summarize the report before we break it down, and we will break it down, but just a quick summarization, I think one would walk away and say, Michigan's not in good shape. Would that be a safe summarization or overstating it?
No, I think that's a really good summarization. And I think the idea is that we have been in the state and you sort of do your day job, keep your head down, go to work, and maybe don't notice the things deteriorating around you. So this report's a wake-up call that we're not doing well. We're 49th among the 50 states in population growth. That doesn't speak well. The people are voting with their feet and other people are voting with their feet. They're not coming to the state. We're not doing well, and that needs to be a wake-up call so we have a conversation. What's going wrong? How are we going to fix it?
The governor has put together this Growing Michigan Together Council. She wants a report on her desk on December 15th. That report also goes to members of the state legislature. So obviously, it's on their radar that we've got some work to do. If you had to break the challenges down, how do they break down? Because you put out individual reports, right, and you sort of rolled them out, not all at once, but one after another. But they're all in now.
They're all in. And you can find them all on our website, crcmich.org. So let's start with the population. Michigan's population has been growing about 1/3 of the national average over the last 50 years.
All right. We've always been able to say our population is 10 million people.
For the last 50 years, you can say you lived in a state of 10 million people. Before 1970, we were the hot place to be. More jobs, walk out of high school into a job, people traveling from the south wanting to be in Michigan. We had beautiful environment, everything like that. That's changed. So not growing, we've lost a lot of our young people, our working age population. So who's going to be the next news director at Channel 7? Who's going to be the next doctor and nurse and plumber? We just don't have the talent in the state to do the things as a lot of us who are nearing retirement age think about rocking chairs and grandkids, not punching the clock every day.
Why are we losing people?
People are voting with their feet. Our young population looks around us and they say, the other states are doing great. The other states have a lot more to offer. When you get to college and they do this study abroad now and they give out kids opportunities to go out and see the world, and they come back and look at Michigan and say, I see better opportunities somewhere else. We've invested so heavily in a manufacturing economy that the young talent with stem cells and degrees that are marketable everywhere saying, I don't want to work on a factory floor. So people are voting with their feet. And this really reflects the problems that we have in front of us.
And we're an old Midwest state.
We are a very old state compared to the national average. This is primarily true in our rural parts of the state, but true everywhere. Our median age is higher than almost every other state. So again, that reflects the loss of young people. That the older people, those who aren't going to Florida or Arizona, the ones of us are left, are staying in place and really hunkering down. But it's the young people that are leaving, and that makes that median age higher and higher. That brings with it workforce issues, that brings with it health issues. And those are related, right? As we think about who's going to take care of us in our old age, who's going to be in the hospital or the nursing home or just come out if we want to age in place and be the visiting nurse to come see us.
All right, we need to sneak a little pause for a cause, and we'll come right back. Talk a little bit about how migration and immigration may fit into this. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Eric Lufer, our guest today on Spotlight. Eric, immigration, how's that playing into all of this?
So there's two kinds of immigration. There's interstate immigration, right? Michigan residents going to the 49 other states and people from those 49 other states coming to Michigan. We're losing. We have been losing for years. That Michigan is exporting its talent to other states, and not enough people from other states are coming to Michigan. So on net, we're losing every year, and that's projected to increase. More and more Michigan residents seeking opportunities elsewhere. The other side is international immigration, and we're winning on that. We have more people coming from outside of America into Michigan. The issue there is Michigan's population is about 3% of the US total, but we're only getting about 2% of the migrants, the international migrants coming to America, coming to Michigan. There's a huge opportunity, right, with manufacturing, with so many job opportunities, huge opportunity to bring people from outside of America into Michigan, fill a lot of our needs. I think we're sort of collateral damage with everything going on at the southern border, that all of the attention on international immigration is dealing with that southern border, and the states like Michigan, who have long benefited from people from the Middle East, from Europe, from other places, people generally have more talent than our homeborn talent, homeborn residents. We're just not able to get enough of them because of everything else, all the arguments in Washington over what international immigration should look like.
Infrastructure. I mentioned earlier, we're an old state. We see the orange barrels everywhere. There's infrastructure on all different levels, whether it's roads, it's what we can't see, the pipelines, the water lines, all of that's going on. It's been a big campaign of the governor. We're getting a lot of the COVID money in to do all that. How are we faring on infrastructure and the emphasis that we're putting on it? Because we've got to get our infrastructure up to par. We have not done well in terms of ratings with that.
Yeah, so we're reaching out to young people saying, what sort of issues do you care about, right? What's going to keep you in Michigan? And they're mentioning infrastructure. So it's not just us that have been driving on these roads forever get frustrated with the traffic and the potholes and the deteriorating pipes and things like that. Our young people are noticing. and we're not doing well.
And I think we've gotten what, like D pluses or something like that from the Society of
when,
Engineers.
when they're being generous.
Right. Yeah. When we're getting a good report card.
Right. Yeah. So we have just gone for so long underfunding infrastructure that even with this influx of money, the gas tax is at higher levels than it has been. We are getting influx of federal money coming in, but we're so far behind that this is just a drop in the bucket.
Right.
Trying to fix
It's going
things
to take
up.
a long time to catch up.
And the state is bonding for, sort of get ahead. So we're noticing a lot on our highways, right? Those are all the state roads, our county roads, our city roads. They're putting Band-Aids on it, trying to fix it up, make it passable. But there's deep-rooted problems in a lot of that infrastructure that are going to need to be approached. A lot of it's going to require rebuild because we've let it go for so long.
All right, that's a bit tough. What's the solutions, or is there a bright side to this? Because if one's listening to this, they're saying, "Whew, this is pretty pessimistic. We got a lot going on with us." But we know that the governor has put together this Grow Michigan Council. We're doing commercials all across the state, trying to woo people from other states to Michigan. So it's not as though this is happening in a vacuum. The leaders seem to know we got some real challenges here. Are they approaching it the right way in terms of being able to turn this around?
So yes and no. The yes is we have to start having the conversation. We have to start tackling the things. We have to understand that there's no silver bullet, and it's going to require addressing our schools, addressing our universities, addressing the infrastructure we just talked about, addressing so many different things. Mass transit we haven't yet talked about. So there's a lot out there.
K-12 education.
Right. And it needs to be sort of holistically looked at, understand the interactions of it. And so this council is trying to do that. The no is we've had 50 years getting into this situation, and we're spending a couple of months with this council trying to put the ideas together. We're not going to fix it that quick. It's going to require a long-term look at these issues, really digging into it, stretching the conversation, taking whatever this council gives us and say, okay, that's the start. Now, how do we dig in, how we do these things? The good news is we've been talking about a lot of these things for a long time. This isn't new to us, right? The idea that we wrote a report and it's like, oh my God, I figured this out. We have a problem. We've recognized these things.
Well, as far back as I can remember during my time in this area, every governor has addressed this issue.
They have.
In one way or another.
And I mentioned mass transit. How many times in your years doing your job have we in Southeast Michigan said we have to figure out mass transit?
Right.
So, sort of it's time to stop talking about it and do it. It's time to bear down and get these things done. We know our schools are failing. We've been talking amongst ourselves, what's wrong with that? Let's do it. Let's get out there and make the changes and give them time to work. Part of our problem in Michigan, because we're a purple state, they say, sort of 50-50, right. Republican and Democrat, blue and red. So every 8 years we get a new governor and we change direction. We're going to the right under this governor, we're going to the left under this one. So we don't give any of our reforms a chance to really work. We've got to give them a chance to work. So we have a lot of ideas. We've been talking about these things. We have to take that Growing Michigan Together Council and say, that's the start. It's not the end. That's not going to fix all of our problems, but that's a good start to get the discussion really going and let's figure this out.
Okay, we're going to take another quick little break and we'll pick up on the fact, and one of the things that Governor Whitmer said she wanted with this council was to have so many recommendations in place that are long-term so that whoever becomes governor after she's term limited out, it shouldn't make a difference whether or not they wear a D or they wear an R, that we have a roadmap where Michigan has to go. We'll talk about that right after this. Eric, let me mention a couple of things just so we give people an accurate picture of what we're talking about. Crumbling infrastructure, we're ranked 47th in road conditions. Health, poor health, 39th in outcomes. and it's even worse when you take in residents of color.
There's a part of the Headley Amendment, which was a 1978 limitation on state and local government taxation. The part on the state.
I'm old enough to remember Dick Headley and having interviewed him. Okay, so we're going way back.
Yes, so we don't need to be at that limit, but the fact that we're $12 billion below that limit really speaks to how our tax system is not aligned with our economy anymore. And policy-wise, we've invested in a strategy of let's cut taxes, and if the tax burden is low enough, business and people will come. We're 50 years into this experiment, it's not working. People are looking for quality of life, and that requires taxation to do that. Not high taxation. We don't need to be among the highest, but we have to be competitive.
But in this very partisan political world that we live in now, does the public have the appetite to do what it may take in terms of their pocketbooks to fix some of these issues that you've outlined?
Yeah, so the problem is people see dysfunction in government. They see dysfunction with so many things, and they're saying, now you're asking more money into a bad system.
Right.
So part of the problem with that Growing Michigan Together Council is they're, in such a short time frame, what are good fixes and how much does it cost? Not what are good fixes and how long is it going to take to fix a broken system. So part of what we have to do is address that dysfunction, and that's hard conversation. That requires people to say, we need to do something different. Get out of your comfort zone and change the way we're doing things. Whether that's education, whether that's how we take care of the roads, how we maintain our environment, how we get people out of high school into college maybe earlier, the talented youth among us, let's give them the opportunity to grow. So it requires changing things, and that's scary. Scary for all of us. But doing what we have been doing isn't working, so why would we keep doing it?
We should mention that in addition to the detailed reports that have come out from the Citizens Research Council, that you've also done podcasts.
Yeah, we're really getting into the podcast world, so 15, 20-minute segments. Maybe as you drive home in your car, you'll be able to put that on, listen to it. Try to break it down so people can understand, and if you want more depth, you can come find those reports and dig into them, but we're going to give you the crux of the information, make you informed residents, make you informed citizens, so you better understand how your government affects your lives.
Our neighboring states, especially the older Midwestern type of states or the older states in the country, they're dealing with the same issues and trying to figure their way out the box too, correct?
They are, but I said earlier, Michigan's population growth is 49th among the 50 states. So we aspire to be Ohio and Indiana and Illinois and Wisconsin. They're doing better than we are, even if they're struggling. They have the same sort of issues with slow population growth, aging populations, but they're investing in their communities. They're trying to make them attractive places. Even conservative Indiana, they're far ahead of us in investing in providing opportunities for new entrepreneurs to come in and establish their business and doing things.
And it's paying off for them.
And it's paying off. The young talent is noticing, and talent attracts capital. So if the young people are going there, the young talented people are going there, the businesses are looking to follow them and be able to hire them. And that's a strategy that's working in a lot of other places, and Michigan's not catching on to that yet.
So this is clearly a wake-up call, and it's about educating our electorate first. We're going to talk about that right after this as we come back for a final segment. Stay with us. Eric, we're making a lot out of the fact that young people are coming back to our inner cities. They want walkability. They don't want to drive the hours that we did way out in the suburbs getting to the cities. The actions, whether it's Grand Rapids or it's Detroit or it's Kalamazoo, you name it. And a lot's going on, and a lot of development is going on. Is that a positive sign? Is that the way we have to go if we're long-term going to boost Michigan's population and make it a very competitive state?
I think it is. The young people, as you mentioned, they see the future. They see the threat of climate change. They think about their opportunities to live close to where they work and use transit, use bicycles, use different opportunities. And this is where Michigan's struggling. We've been so ingrained in the auto culture that we're used to having a two-car garage and big parking lots in front of the mega stores and things like that. And that's got to change. The young people aren't looking for that same sort of lifestyle. And so as we think about reinvesting in Detroit and Grand Rapids and Flint and Saginaw, we have to think about developing in a new way, not replacing what we had, but building houses close to the road, have storefronts the way we used to on the boulevard where people can walk up and down and be able to get into the stores without walking a quarter mile across the parking lot just to get into the store and then lugging their bags back out of that. It's a big culture change, and that can't happen overnight, but we have to start thinking about it now and start making the changes, and over time we'll get to where we need to be.
What's the message to the legislature?
That the status quo isn't acceptable, that it's time to compromise, it's time to get together, and we have a 50-50 House of Representatives now.
Right.
Back
54.
Back in the mid-90s, we had that same sort of arrangement. It was one of the most productive sessions that we've had because it required compromise, and that's what the people want of our legislature. They want them to get together and really get to work and start solving our problems and not dealing with the politics of one side or the other and their own agenda. It's time to serve the people and do some of the things we're talking about.
All right. Eric Lupert, thanks for coming in, sharing this very eye-opening report. It's called Path to a Prosperous Future. It's a 5-part report by the Citizens Research Council of Michigan. You can go to their website, take it all in. You can also listen to the podcast, but make sure that you don't read and drive at the same time, right? Just listen. I'm Chuck Stokes. We'll be back next week with more newsmakers in the spotlight. We hope you have a great week.